This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Yo, what up, though, people? Like to welcome you back to the Keep It a C Note podcast. As always, I am your boy Brown. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. If this your first time tuning in, salute to you. Please do me a favor. Make sure you hit the sub button. Everybody that's tuned in, please hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell so you can stay notified when we drop new content. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. You agree with something, you disagree with something, you want to correct me on something, or if you just want to call me an Uber, let me know in the comments. Just make sure you keep it a C note. And please share this video with someone that likes to talk sports and entertainment just like you so that we can all talk that talk together. The funniest thing I've seen over the weekend, Terence Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. to become undisputed welterweight champion of the world. This fight was called the Mega Fight. A fight that was going to put boxing on another level. A 50-50 fight. Man, this fight was a complete wash. Terence Bud Crawford, he destroyed Errol Spence Jr., beat the brakes off of him, knocked him down 3 times, got the 9th round TKO win. And it's funny because I actually thought that these guys were on the same level. Boy, was I wrong. And I know it's a lot of belts in boxing, and people say this belt matters, that belt doesn't matter. What we all know is 4 major belts. Errol Spence Jr. had 3 of the 4 major belts. And the way he got dominated, I'm sorry to say, he devalued those belts. Those belts don't really hold weight with me no more after seeing him get beat up like that. I'm just keeping it a C note. Now, we know they got a rematch clause. Errol Spence Jr., he said he's trying to go again at the end of the year. He's looking for a December fight. He's also hoping to move up to 154. Bud Crawford said he would be cool going to 154. Keep it a C note. After watching that first fight, do you really want to see Terence Bud Crawford, Errol Spence Jr. in a rematch? Yes, no, keep it a C note. Let me know. I'm cool on a rematch, me personally. Errol Spence, after the fight, he said the 15-month layoff did not play a part in him getting destroyed like that. So why would I want to watch a rematch for? What is going to 154 really going to do? Yes, it's going to add a little strength to Errol Spence, but it is also going to add strength to Bud Crawford. And no matter what weight class you go to, Errol can't stop them punches that Bud was throwing. Point blank, period. I'm cool on the rematch. These guys, Errol did nothing to show me he deserved a rematch. Ain't nothing you can learn in 6 months that's going to help you even win a couple rounds. That's how bad he got destroyed. I'm just keeping it a C note. But again, after watching this fight, do you really want to see a rematch between Terence Bud Crawford and Errol Spence Jr.? Yes, no, let me know. And if you say, yeah, you want to see a rematch, can you please tell me why there should be a rematch? Please, somebody help me out with that. Stephen A. Smith, he's trending. He recently said after Terence Bud Crawford beat the brakes off of Errol Spence Jr., that Errol Spence should retire. He named a couple of reasons why he should retire. I just want to know how y'all feeling about that. Do you agree with Stephen A. Smith? Should Errol Spence Jr. retire? Yes, no, let me know. I don't agree with Stephen A. Smith 90% of the time, but I'm agreeing with Stephen A. Smith this time. Now, I know this Errol Spence first loss, but obviously his eye is not right. There's something wrong with his eye. We know he had the retina injury. The eye isn't going to get no better. It's only going to get worse. He couldn't see none of them punches that Bud was throwing. And it's like Bud was targeting that eye. And then it seems like when Bud moved to his right, which was Errol Spence left, it's like every punch he threw was a blind spot punch because Earl couldn't see it coming. So I don't know how bad his eye is. There's a lot of talk on social media saying that Errol Spence is losing the vision in his eye and that he knows his eye is getting bad and that's why he finally decided to take that fight. Do y'all believe that? Do y'all believe Errol Spence just chasing the bag because he losing his vision? Yes, no, keep it a C, no, let me know. But not only just the eye thing. If you listen the way Errol Spence was talking after that fight, I never knew punch drunk was a real thing. But if you listen to the way that man was talking, he was intoxicated off jabs and hooks. I'm just keeping it a C note, and I'm saying that respectfully. But I agree with Stephen A. Smith. Again, Stephen A. Smith says Errol Spence Jr. should retire after his performance against Terence Bud Crawford. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Yes, no, keep it a C note, let me know. The IBF, they've made Jaron Boots Ennis the mandatory matchup for Terence Bud Crawford at 147. A lot of people want to see Bud Crawford and Jaron Ennis mix. Keep it a C note. Are you ready for Terence Bud Crawford versus Jaron Ennis? Yes, no, keep it a C note. Is Jaron Boots Ennis ready for Terence Bud Crawford? Yes, no, keep it a C note. Listen, I just recently said after Boots' last fight that he was on them guys' level. I'm gonna say this respectfully because Boots from Philly, he's definitely on Spence level, but I don't think he's on Bud level. I don't think he's ready for a Bud fight, but I don't want to see a rematch with Bud and Spence. I don't want to see Bud versus Charlo. So I would personally rather see Terence Bud Crawford versus Jaron Boots Ennis, even though I think Bud will win. But that's the fight I want to see right now. I don't think it's happening. I know Bud already want to go to 154. I don't think Boots is going to follow up to 154, especially if Bud got to get them belts up. Boots is going to stay at 147 and collect them belts. I don't got him moving up just to fight Bud. He want them straps. That's what it's about, ain't it? Well, what's your thoughts on it again? Bud Crawford, Jaron Boots Ennis. Do you want to see it? Yes, no. Keep it a C note. Again, shout out to Terence Bud Crawford, undisputed welterweight champion. And I believe he's the first boxer to be undisputed champion at 2 weight classes. So shout out to him. Let me ask y'all a question. Terence Bud Crawford, 40-0, undisputed in 2 weight classes. Has he done enough? Has he hit Floyd Mayweather status yet? Yes, no, keep it a C, no, let me know. As far as the resume and what he accomplished, I would say yes. Now, I know it's a lot of guys going to say, he wouldn't been able to beat Floyd or Floyd fought this person. And you can only fight who's nice at the time you coming up. And I don't think Bud has missed out on fighting anybody. So I say he's right there. They both sharp. They both dominating. What's the difference? I want to ask a question to all my Floyd Mayweather fans. Because it's a lot of people that got Floyd number one, and respectfully, he deserves to be in that conversation. But why do so many people act like Floyd Mayweather is the only person that retired undefeated? Like we ain't got Andre Wards or Calzaghe, Joe Calzaghe. Like we had guys, Marciano. We've had guys. Why do we only act like Floyd is the only one that has ever been undefeated? Is it because most people seen his whole career? Or do you really feel like that? Keep it a C note, let me know. But again, the main question, has Terence Bud Crawford done enough to be considered with the Floyd Mayweathers and all the greats of boxing? Yes, no. Keep it a C note. And Bud, after that performance, to me, I definitely got him top pound for pound fighter. I know he's been top pound for pound fighter for a while. You got in a way, he just did Steph dirty. Keep it a C note. Right now, who's your top 5 pound for pound fighters in boxing? Let me know. Me personally, at 5, I got Tank. Tank is a monster, a knockout machine waiting to happen. He's like Bud right now. He got one strap. He's just trying to figure out how to get the rest of them. Right now, I got him number 5. Number 4, a lot of people hate on Devin Haney, but he's undefeated and he's undisputed. Right now, he's number 4 on my pound for pound list. At number 3, I know this guy lost. Some people saying he's falling off. But into a middleweight or whoever's in his weight class shows me different. Saul Canelo Alvarez is still one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. I'm just keeping it a C. No, he got to challenge himself by moving up to fight bigger fighters just because he's that good. So he's number 3 on my list. Number 2, I'm going to go Naoya in a way just because he's a highlight reel. He dominates at whatever division he at. It's crazy because he's started from like 108, 118, 122. He's all, lightweight, slimmer than gym class, but he get busy. Number 1, I got Terence Bud Crawford, 40-0, undisputed. Right now, he's my number 1 pound for pound fighter. But again, keep it a C note. Let me know. Who's your top 5 pound for pound fighters right now? We're talking boxing. Let me know. Keep it a C note. Speaking of Tank Davis, I had somebody tell me something interesting. I just want to know if y'all agree. Somebody told me, basically off a question I was asking off the last episode, somebody told me Tank Davis isn't pushed like that because of his out of the ring things, all his situations going on outside of the ring. Do y'all agree with that? Yes, no, keep it a C, no. At first, I was going to agree with it because I partially do agree with it. But then I was like Mike Tyson back in the day when he was the top punching boy, knocking people out, and he was a draw. He had stuff going on, but they didn't care about that. I mean, maybe nowadays things is more business oriented, and that might be what's hurting him, but I can't really see it. I mean, I'm split 50-50, but just going off past experience, I can't really say that. But again, I was told that Tank Davis is not pushed like that because of all the stuff he has going on outside of the boxing ring. Do you agree with that? Yes, no, keep it a C, no, let me know. I recently seen something on Gilbert Arenas' podcast that was very interesting. They were debating and talking about, would you rather have James Harden's career, in which he's made $300 million in the NBA, but has never won a ring, or would you rather have Robert Horry's career, who's won who's won 7 rings, made $56 million now. Which career would you rather have? Again, would you rather be James Harden and make over $300 million but never win a ring in the NBA? Or would you rather be a Robert Horry, make $56 million, win 7 rings, keep it a C note? What you picking? Listen, me personally, I know a lot of people going to say I'm fraud and all that, but I'm all about competition. I'm all about winning. I would rather have Robert Horry's $56 million and have 7 rings. And for every time somebody says, oh, Robert Horry wasn't a factor on none of them teams, or, oh, Robert Horry has 7 rings, his name is always going to be brung up. In about 20 years, nobody's going to be talking about James Harden made over $300 million. Robert Horry is going to be mentioned. And he might not have been a ball like James Harden, but he's hit big shots. When you got James, he's disappeared when the game has been on the line. I'm just keeping it a C note. Lastly, growing up, most of us just dream of playing in the NBA, being the best NBA player. Maybe these new kids dream of going to the NBA and making $300 million. But I know most kids dream of being in the NBA, being the best player in the NBA. The money stuff comes later. And that's why I think guys like Gilbert Arenas, who sit around and talk about the NBA, they kind of hurt the league. If you really look at it, Gilbert Arenas was one of them guys, played on a bum team. He got his money, but never won. That's all you see now in today's NBA. Guys like Gilbert Arenas is what messed the league up. Because before them guys came along, you had to do more than just scoring. And I don't want to hear he averaged 5 rebounds and 5. I don't want to hear none of that when you're playing with a bunch of duds. Your numbers are supposed to be up, but Gilbert Arenas is like one of them first wave of guys that just got a bag just for scoring. Now, James Harden does do more than Gilbert Arenas, but in 20 years, James Harden will not be talked about. You think in 20 years, if somebody's about to win their 7th ring, Robert Horry's going to be mentioned. I'm just keeping it a C note. But again, if you had to choose a career, would you take James Harden's NBA career where he's made over $300 million, but he hasn't won an NBA title? Or would you take Robert Horry's career where he's only made $56 million, wasn't a star player, but he has 7 rings? Keep it a C note. Which one you taking? Let me know. Listen, we've had a lot of talk, a lot of debate about taking this person one, taking that person one. If we're taking 5 players, NBA basketball players, any players from any era, all in their prime, you need a starting 5. But you can't pick Jordan, Kobe, or LeBron. Keep it a C note. Who would be your 5? Let me know. Me personally, I think I would take prime Penny Hardaway, prime Tracy McGrady, prime Larry Bird, prime Tim Duncan, prime Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That would be my 5. I think we'll get busy with anybody. But again, if you can pick an NBA 5, any generation, any era, all these guys are in their prime. But you can't put Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, or LeBron on the team. Who would your 5 be? Keep it a C note. Let me know. As for football, we got Jonathan Taylor, Indianapolis Colts. He's requested a trade. The Colts owner saying we ain't doing nothing. He's even tried to put him on like an injury list, non-football related. So they've got a lot of stuff going on. Keep it a C note. Who should trade for Jonathan Taylor? let me know. I knew this was coming. Pause. Once the boy Ursay, the Colts owner, once he made that statement about the CBA and agreeing to a deal, and now dude's crying again, I knew Jonathan Taylor was going to have an issue with that because your owner just basically told you, we're not paying you guys. So I knew that was going to be an issue. But where do you think Jonathan Taylor would fit in at? Pause. Let me know. Before I get out of here, running it back, top 10 safeties. I gave you 10 through 6. I'll replay my 10 through 6, then I'll go 5 through 1. At 10, I'm going Antoine Winfield Jr. out of Tampa Bay. At 9, I'm going Buda Baker, Arizona Cardinals. At 8, I'm going Hufanga, San Fran 49ers. At 7, I'm going Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger. At 6, Jesse Bates, Atlanta Falcons. At 5, I'm going Jordan Poyer, Buffalo Bills. He gets busy. At 4, I'm going Kevin Byard, Tennessee Titans. At 3, I'm going Justin Simmons, straight out of Denver. At 2, this is where it gets difficult at for some people may say I'm off. At 2, I'm going Derwin James, out of LA. He plays for the Chargers. At 1, I'm going Minkah Fitzpatrick. I think Minkah Fitzpatrick is the best safety in the league. When I'm watching games of Pittsburgh, Fitzpatrick, you hear his name all through the game. I think I hear his name more than Derwin James. They're both right there, but I'm going Minkah Fitzpatrick at number 1. What's your thoughts on it, people? Top 10 current NFL safeties heading into the NFL season. Who you got? Keep it a C note. Let me know. Before I get out of here, I just want to salute the haters right now. They're saying the LA Rams won't win over 6 games. That's harsh. Now, I know our defense is flipped, but we going to shock the world this year for being disrespectful. A lot of people don't got Stafford on a top 10 quarterback list. We got some rankings saying the Rams are the worst secondary in the league. It's like a lot of talk right now. But we going to see what's what, because Aaron Donald is back, Cooper Kupp is back, Matthew Stafford is back, and I believe we win the division this year. I believe we're already dodging mishaps. Got rid of Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey was hurt. He's going to need surgery. He's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. That's the first bullet that we dodged. Watch out. I think the Rams will win the division this year. They saying Purdy don't look like Purdy from last year. I'm just keeping it a C note. I'm about to wrap this episode up. Again, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. This your first time tuning in. Salute to you. Please do me a favor. Make sure you hit the sub button. Everybody that's tuned in, please hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell so you can stay notified when we drop new content. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. If you agree with something, you disagree with something, you want to correct me on something, or if you just want to call me an Uber, let me know in the comments. Just make sure you keep it a C note. And please share this video with someone that likes to talk sports and entertainment just like you, so that we can all talk that talk together. As always, I am your boy Brown. Please tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell everybody to keep it a C note. I holla at y'all.
This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da.